Prime Television live from Douala, Cameroon. This is Prime News with me, Fonquinta. Begin the news in the West region, where the population of Babendu in Peka subdivision are still in shock after a 14-year-old girl was gang raped. The girl who later died in hospital was reportedly raped by 4 men. Details with Arlene Sama.
The 14-year-old teenage girl called Therese, brutally assaulted sexually by 4 men in Bamendu, a locality in Penka subdivision in the Menua Division West region of Cameroon, has been laid to rest behind her family compound in Bamendu following her ordeal. According to a source, Therese, who was not mentally stable, was raped by 4 men the same day, including her uncle, a cousin, and 2 other boys who were her neighbors. After the incident, she was taken to the hospital for medical care, while the 4 accused of the inhumane act arrested and taken to the gendarmerie brigade at Penka Michel, where they were interrogated and released shortly after. It is worth mentioning that the victim's family, who could not afford a proper investigation and medical care, sold a part of their family land to pay for her echography and medical bills, which revealed that the 14-year-old was shattered from within by her rapist. With the trauma and pains, she later on gave up the ghost, leaving her family devastated and broken-hearted, while law enforcement officers relaunch a proper investigation for justice against the despicable act.
Now, enormous material damage has been recorded after fire consumed a garage at Bonaberry, a neighborhood in Douala Falls subdivision, Lithora region of Cameroon. The inferno began at about 9 p.m. yesterday, July 26, as Nora Kakebi tells us.
At about 9 p.m. yesterday, July 26, 2021, a garage is reported to have been consumed by a huge fire. The incident occurred in the Bonaberry neighborhood at Tradex Bonaberry in the economic capital, Douala. The local population of this locality, made up mostly of youths, turned out in their number to help put out the fire, while hoping in vain for the help of the firefighting rescue team. After close to 2 hours of intense flames as the population struggled to put the fire away, some items found in the garage were all brought to ruins. Huge material damage was recorded as nothing was taken out of the garage, but fortunately no life was claimed, even though some of the youth sustained injuries while trying to put out the fire. The firefighting rescue team showed up later when the population had managed to put out the fire. It should be noted that the youth succeeded to prevent the fire from spreading to nearby houses and shops selling engine oil and other items which could have caused more damage around the neighborhood. The exact cause of the fire incident has not yet been established, but investigations are ongoing.
Now, the office of late Dr. Philemon Anya, chief of the BrigadeAntiSardinard Integrated Health Center, is still sued after he was found dead in his office on Saturday, July 24, 2021. He died 1 year after taking over office, as we hear in the following report.
Family members and hospital staff in shock as the remains of the head of the BrigadeAntiSardinard Integrated Health Center, Dr. Anya Philemon, was being transported to the mortuary. 40-year-old Dr. Philemon Anya, chief of the BrigadeAntiSardinard Integrated Health Center, was found dead in his office on Saturday, July 24, 2021.
When I left for the seminar, I came back and discovered that the other staff said he left the hospital and was coming for the seminar. So I started the search because at times he usually have some health challenges that one could take care of. He's our chief and we know him. So I went and discovered that the office was closed and not locked. So when I entered, I discovered that he was there.
I left the house after taking breakfast. So he told me he was going for a seminar and he said, "Nice day." I said, "Better one for you." He left and I knew that he went for the seminar. Later on in the evening, they called me that I should come and see something. So they called for me. I came and met him when he was lifeless. That's all that I can say.
Hearing of the sad incident, health officials in the Northwest region ordered a COVID-19 test be conducted in a bid to determine the cause of his sudden death, though test results came out negative.
Preliminary results. This is a dynamic chief of center who is well vaccinated, of course, we started by doing the COVID-19 test that was negative. And so the other tests will be continued. It might need to do some operations to take some other specimens of the body to actually elucidate the cause of death.
Dr. Philemon Anyewu took over as head of the health center about a year ago, right at the time the country is battling COVID-19 pandemic.
This time when we are really at the peak of fighting the coronavirus, we are losing frontline health workers. It's very sad. And I think the entire population of the Northwest region, and really in Mendankwe community in particular, we are very, very touched.
At press time, the office of the deceased remains sealed as per instructions from the divisional officer for Bamenda 1 Gilbert Bardena, while investigation continue to uncover the circumstances leading to his demise. Now, some 27 former poachers drawn from the Takamanda National Park have been drilled on alternative sources of livelihood. The training, which falls under the program for sustainable management of natural resources, is aimed at reducing poaching around the Takamanda National Park. Details with our Southwest correspondent Crise.
The insecurity crisis plaguing the northwest and southwest regions of Cameroon has no doubt negatively affected all spheres of life. The Takamanda National Park is not left out, as the rate of poaching is alarming.
You know, with the crisis that has been going on for the past 4 years, the team from the National Park is unable to go to the field. And we know that there's a lot of pressure in our wildlife within the park. So the program decided to remove those who are putting a lot of pressure on the wildlife, to bring them out, to give them other training options.
It is in this light that these over 27 former poachers are being schooled on the importance of preserving endangered species. During this orientation, these former poachers were equally orientated on the different training options they can engage rather than poaching.
We have the western cluster, the southeastern and the eastern clusters. Out of these 3 clusters, we have 11 communities. So we sent a team now to the 11 communities, and the selection was done within these villages. Then they gave them the various options. There are some who decided not to come for training, that they were going to continue with agriculture. And similarly, the program has envisaged that they're going to give them cocoa seedlings and other NTFP seedlings that they need. So those ones who we brought here were those who opted that they want to do the vocational training. That's why we decided to bring them to here.
This fully funded training, which falls under the program for the sustainable management of natural resources for the Southwest region, is an opportunity some trainees say they are keen to pursue a career after their 6 months training.
Hunting is not a good profession, it's not a profession. But then because I was having nothing doing, I had to do so. I need to see to it that I earn a good living.
To do ICT so as to help me locate maybe from the village, find a place in town, stay there for a better living.
Attended by the top management of OIC, these 27 former poachers were cautioned to be diligent while making choices on the different vocational training options so that they can realize their dreams of becoming job creators and not job seekers.
Our new financial institution has been inaugurated in Cameroon SB capital. The ceremony, presided at by the co-founder of the financial institution, Henry Eho Sukata, took place yesterday, July 26, in Cameroon's economic capital. Details with Audrey Zadza.
Are you a business owner, traveler, or tourist who regularly sends and receives money abroad and engages in other international transactions? Your #1 foreign currency exchange partner, SB Capital, has inaugurated its modern offices to give the full attention and satisfaction you deserve. Located in the heart of Douala, Aqua Immeuble SCI Palace, SB Capital offers services such as manual foreign currency exchange, international money transfer, travel services, and SB Remit.
When we talk about manual money exchange, which is going to be our main business, we will be doing it a bit different. When we talk about international money transfer, again, that's something that we want to make it available to the customer, where you have the likes of World Remit and Western Union, MoneyGram, and SB Remit, and the list goes on. It's not an exhaustive list in itself. Then you have travel services.
And for more understanding,
let me give you a bit of an example. The customer comes in or they're going on a business trip, they have about 30 minutes to get to the airport. They need dollars because they're going to New York, and they come into our office. We have our friendly staff there. Immediately, they lock in the rates, which are again far better than most of the competitors out there. We obviously sell them dollars. They can actually stop by just in our office. They get their travel insurance. In our same office, they get their prepaid bank card. They're good to go.
Fast and reliable, with a well-trained staff, SB Capital is ready to assist their customers through a phone call, email, or in person. With an increase in competitivity in foreign exchange services, SB Capital stands out in its rates, easy access, rapid services, privacy, and more.
We have so many advantages. The first one I've talked about is those fast service, which I keep mentioning. It's very important to our customers, especially our corporate business customer. Then we're talking about the rates,
The co-founder and CEO, Eo Henry, who hails from Bambui, northwest region of Cameroon, with business partner Gaston Bezebo, are creating an impact across the nation through this giant initiative. The inaugural blessing of operational bureaus by God's anointed servant was symbolic of the wind of positive change and the impact SB Capital is ready to create in the global financial market.
Now, about 20 Cameroonians have died in an attempt to cross the Mediterranean Sea to enter Italy. Reports say they were transiting from Tunisia into Italy when their inflatable boat capsized. Volinganda presents statistics of migrants who died attempting to cross the Mediterranean Sea from 2014 to 2021.
These are the images of some 20 Cameroonians who are said to have perished trying to migrate into Italy through the Mediterranean Sea from Tunisia recently.
Don't jump! Don't jump!
Despite the deadly reports recounted yearly from the streets, many youths are ever more poised to brave the odds in a bid to search for greener pastures. According to sources, their inflatable boat reportedly capsized at the heart of the perilous Mediterranean crossing, surmounting to the alarming casualties. Just this year, it is sad to reveal that over 827 migrants have died from January to June while venturing this odd. In 2020, the number of deaths amounted to 1,400, though the accurate number isn't ascertained. Between 2014 and 2018, for instance, about 12,000 people who drowned were never found. Talking about the casualties and missing people, statistics from Statista.com, a German company specialized in market and consumer data, shows that worldwide it was estimated that 8,000 people died in the attempt of fleeing their home countries. And according to estimations, over 5,000 refugees lost their lives in the attempt to reach the European shores in 2016. Therefore, it was concluded that the Mediterranean Sea was the deadliest migration route, and over the last couple of years, it's been proven that the Mediterranean Sea holds the largest number of casualties and missing people. In this journey, which goes even as far as claiming the lives of the bravest, further migration studies reveal that the Mediterranean Sea is crossed by a western, a central, and an eastern route. And out of these routes, the Central Mediterranean route was the deadliest. In 2016, roughly 4,600 people lost their lives while pursuing this route. Sadly enough, the identification of bodies is challenging due to the currents of the sea. In 2019, for instance, the vast majority of refugees who drowned in the Mediterranean Sea were not identified and the countries of origin untraceable. Now presenting the numbers of recorded deaths of migrants in the Mediterranean Sea from 2014 to 2021, so far 827 persons have died this year, and in 2020 a total of 1,417 perished. Meanwhile, 1,885 persons were declared dead in 2019, and in 2018 statistics show that 2,299 persons died, emerging from 3,139 who died in 2017. So far, the biggest figures were recorded in 2016, where 5,143 persons were reported dead, slightly different from 2015 statistics of 4,054 persons, which further revealed the deaths of 3,283 persons in 2014. As frightening and shocking as these statistics may be, parents are ever more encouraged to always play an integral role in their children's decision-making, while it is much hoped that the augmentation of the passport price from 75,000 francs to 110,000 francs will greatly go a long way to reduce the death toll.
Still ahead, the Bamenda One Council has organized a holiday tournament dubbed Peace and Reconstruction Tournament. The initiative, spearheaded by the mayor of Bamenda One Council, Brigade Felix, aims at getting youths of the Bamenda Council involved in culture and join the council in developing their municipality. Details from Bamenda with Charles Kebwa.
A holiday tournament by the Bamenda One Council has been launched to ensure life back to the subdivision, launching the holiday tournament Sunday, July 25, 2021 at the Bamenda Community Stadium, dubbed Peace and Reconstruction Tournament, donated by the Bamenda One Council Mayor, Brigade Felix, to celebrate the peace Bamenda One subdivision enjoys. The maiden football tournament with 6 clubs, crowd pulling, haven't been in agony since 2016 without manifestation due to the socio-political crisis rocking Cameroon's Anglophone regions, added with the COVID-19 pandemic, will also serve as a meeting point in galvanizing the youth get involved in their culture. Nikwi.
We are about celebrating our late form, that's the Nikwi, and this competition has us how to contribute to that. And since we have peace, there are some children that will come back holiday, they will use this opportunity to see the culture of Bamenda, and with this they will learn, and then we can move forward for the development.
Thanking the veteran clubs for supporting the competition, Mayor Brigade Felix said with normalcy gradually returning in the Bamenda Nkwe, their coming back is to refresh themselves and construct the municipality.
We were coming back to refresh ourselves, to reconstruct ourselves, to gather the youth, to know, to let them know that they are part of the development of the community. Through this competition, we'll be telling them, showing them how we can all jointly participate in the development of our community.
With the gradual resumption of inter-quarter competitions in Northwest region and to encourage fair play, Northwest Fcfa Secretary General Nditambong Elvis, who kick-started the competition, accompanied by the first and second deputy mayors of the Bamenda One Council, he disclosed Fcfa as partners will provide referees, supervise the referees, and also use the competitions to train referees support football.
To get these children on the field so that they can play football, you know, it's a distraction too. It's a sort of entertainment that they will not stay in the quarters, don't know what to do.
The Peace and Reconstruction Tournament for the youth of Bamenda One Subdivision grand launch ended on a 1-3 goals in favor of Akumbele FC over Ntangche FC, while the second category veterans, after a 1-1 tie through penalties, the Center Veterans FC, captained by Mayor Brigade Felix, back home the trophy, winning United Veterans FC by 4-2.
And out of the 12 athletes representing Cameroon at the ongoing 2020 Tokyo Olympic Games in Japan, only 9 are left in the competition. After Sarah Hanfu and Wilfried Seyi, Cameroonian boxer Menge Ayisi of the 63 to 69 kilograms range was eliminated from the competition by his Irish counterpart, Walt Aiden. Lone Cameroonian boxer left in the competition is Maxim Yengang, expected to fight Russia's Veras Vyov Ivan in a heavyweight bouts. We've come to the end of Prime News on My Media, Prime Television. The news was compiled by Lasha Kingsley and produced by Ewan and Nalinga Ella. My name is Fon Quinta. Coming up next is Prime Hour with Kumlona. Stay tuned to more programs on the African Eye. Goodbye.